Hello everyone, I'm K. Kavita. I'm studying B.Ed first year. I'm from Dr. Rajabhadra Tagore Women's Teacher Training College. Now, I'm going to share my knowledge about the topic digital learning resources. Everybody know our pandemic situation and how we are learning and gaining knowledge in this period. Before entering into the video, here are the contents that we are going to discuss about. The contents are Introduction, what is digital learning resources, types of digital learning resources in India, digital learning platforms in Tamil Nadu, merits of DLR, demerits of DLR, and finally the conclusion. Introduction. Digital learning mediums are the medium that extends our learning from a closed classroom and a few books to a wide variety of resources. These resources are handy too. First of all, we have to know what is learning resources. These are nothing but learning materials available through internet. They also supports learner achievements. What is digital learning resource? I already said learning resources are the learning materials available through internet. These materials are in the format of application, that is apps, or maybe software programs or any websites. These platforms help us to gain wide knowledge and also support students' described learning goals. We have plenty of learning resources. They create wide learning environment and can be chosen based on students' interest and preferences. Nowadays, schools are using ICT, that is Information and Communication Technology. For this, a well-known example is Smart Class. Also, educational institutions creates app for their students to extend their knowledge beyond their books. There are three types of DLR. They are interlinked with one another. The first one is digital academic content tools. The second is digital productivity tools. And the last one is digital communication tools. First, we are going to see about digital academic content tools. Here, software, apps and websites offer students academic contents for their academic purposes. It contains subject-related materials. Suppose if a person is going to take a seminar, he can search about his topic. Or if a person needs to learn a new language, he can avail language based on learning courses. These are all based on the students' or learners' own preferences. Here we have some types and examples of academic content tools. The first one is interactive tutorials or lessons. These tools gives us new ideas or new lessons in video format. If a teacher teaches the life cycle of butterfly, she can explain that it have 4 stages. It developed into larva, then pupa and formed as a butterfly. But think, if the student sees this life cycle in a video format, they can easily understand as they are animated and they are so lively. The second one is practice and assessment tools. We all know that these days we have numerous learning apps which also provides not only learning content but mock test, assessment test too. Imagine a classroom. If a teacher completes the lesson, they conduct live test session. Similarly, these apps provide model test. These are very useful to the students who are taking part in competitive exams. The third one is modeling or simulation tools. In some cases like maths, physics, if we give the input, the output value is directly calculated. Example, for the quick answers, many of us use simple calculations and easy conversions through online only. The fourth one is virtual world. It helps us to learn in 3D format. Here we can use VR glasses to experience this. Imagine how you feel if you're in the center of historical wars or in the moon surrounded by planets. This virtual world gives you this wonderful experience. The fifth one is encyclopedia, dictionaries and ebooks. We always used to see encyclopedia in the library. Likewise, in this modern online world, online encyclopedias called Wikipedia have the wide variety of topic which offers the content, picture, references and its related videos. People use dictionaries to find the meaning of the very difficult words. The sixth one is visual and auditory topic related resources. Reading a historical moment is better than viewing or hearing it, isn't it? Yes, the best example we can say is none other than YouTube videos. The seventh one is translation tools. Suppose you were appointed in a job in Japan. What will you do there without knowing their language? Or imagine you are traveling to a new place. Here we can use translation tools to learn different languages in short time or translate words at that moment. The final one is articulation tools. These tools are used to learn how words should be pronounced and teach us about phonetics. The next type of DLR is digital productivity tools. These tools make learners to produce, organize, documentize a content. It includes presentation tools, word processing tools, information analysis tool, information organization tools. It has 4 types. The first one is presentation and publication tools. When students participate in a seminar, they prepare a PowerPoint presentation about the given topic. This is the best example for presentation tools. The second one is word or text processing tools. These are nothing but the Word documents. We can create a blog content or write essays, submitting assignments using this format. The third one is spreadsheet and data analysis tools. These spreadsheets are used to tabulate the data of the organized information. The final one is concept mapping tools. In childhood, we studied mind map or concept map in social science, right? Yes, here these tools are used to create concept maps in digital format. The third type of DLR is digital communication tools. Here, the apps, software, websites help the student to communicate or collaborate information with others. Yeah, this is the most common way we use in this pandemic. The types are discussion boards or forums. People can easily comment or give feedbacks or even ask doubt in a website or blogs through this platform. The second one is email, text messaging or chats. Yeah, we have WhatsApp, right? There are lots of educational groups in the WhatsApp to provide learning material for competitive exams. People can also share their materials through these groups. The third one is blogs or student journals. Lots of information and the knowledge we gain can be documented or shared with others through blogs. They use simple words to explain the topic for better understanding. The final one is video conferencing or meeting tools. In this ongoing pandemic situation, teachers are educating their students in Google Meet or Zoom meeting. Not only in education, nowadays interviews, international webinars are also conducted using video conferencing tools. Okay, now we learned all the three types of digital learning resources. A common example for these three types is, for example, I'm selecting my topic DLR, then I'm searching for the resources, that is academic content tools. Then I'm organizing it through presentation, that is productivity tools. Next, I'm sharing in this YouTube platform, that is communication tools. By this way, we are utilizing digital learning resources. Now, we are going to see about digital learning resources in India. Our Indian government offers plenty of learning resources which are rapidly growing in past few years. They come under the control of MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development. Some of the digital learning resources are Swayam Portal, study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. Diksha Digital Portal, ePathshala, Swayam Prabha, NDLI, National Digital Library of India, Eat Short Sindhu, NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning, Virtual Labs. Swayam, study webs of active learning for young aspiring minds. It is launched under Digital India campaign. It offers material from Standard 9 to postgraduate studies. It includes video lecture, reading material, self-assessment tools and discussion forums for clearing doubts. Swayam Prabha. It consists of 32 DTH channels telecasting educational contents. For this, we have to request connection for these channels. Every day, there will be a new content for a 4-hour duration that will be shown 5 times a day so that students can select a time and watch these programs at their convenience. ePathshala. It provides for online portal for postgraduate courses. For the school level, it gives free access of e-books for standard 1 to 12. Diksha Digital Portal, digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. It offers advanced digital learning for students and teachers. If you read school textbook, you can notice QR code so that they can be scanned and watch the content in digital format. National Digital Library of India, NDLI. This digital library have more than 70 plus Indian language contents of ebooks, video, thesis, manuscripts, documents. Right? This app is like a library in our hand. NPTEL, National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. These courses offered are in video format. They are based on engineering, science, social and humanities. There is no course fees. However, certification exam will cost ₹1,000 per course for a candidate. Remember, these contents are lectured by IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. The final one is Virtual Lab. This app is quite interesting. We can learn through video lectures, animated demonstration. It is more useful for students who are pursuing science or engineering studies. A laboratory experience within the phone can be a good method and more affordable. Digital learning platforms in Tamil Nadu. Not only Indian government, our Tamil Nadu government also provides various resources Due to COVID crisis, Education Department of Tamil Nadu has launched several e-learning initiatives like Kalvi Tolekachi and TNSCRT YouTube channel. Our government has taken many initiatives to fill the learning gaps in this COVID crisis for the development of students. These are some of the private learning resources available through internet. Some are Wikipedia, Google Classroom, Byju's, Discovery Education, Unacademy, YouTube, and Udemy. Merits of digital learning resources. These materials can be delivered to the students easily. Also creates a new learning experience. Students don't feel bored as they are vibrant to our eyes. The education videos can be played repeatedly until they get clear view in that particular topic. Students can easily give feedbacks without any hesitation. Demerits of digital learning resources. We know a coin has both sides, right? Yes, everything has both merits and demerits. Some of the demerits are a few resources can charge amount to read the full content. They cannot be afforded by every student. We cannot skip any lines when we read, so skimming is not possible. It is difficult to revise important points. It takes time to do additional work to prepare the material for the person with disabilities. Example, providing transcripts. Another demerit is everyone cannot afford a laptop or phone or a regular internet connection. Finally, I conclude that digital learning resources are the wide and great platform to the learners who loves learning. It connects or expands the learning experience for learners. The true power of digital learning isn't the technology that enables it, it's the opportunity that it offers. Thank you.